So one of the more interesting storylines this offseason have been the Atlanta Hawks not willing to give Trey Young a max contract extension, yet he's eligible to be an unrestricted free agent next offseason. And is there a chance they could part ways, or is there a chance he could sign with a different team in a year from now? Could he get traded? And we're going to put a spin on that here in NBA 2K. Now, there is a chance Trey Young is just waiting to become an unrestricted free agent so we can get the full 5-year potential supermax if he makes an All-NBA team this year, can get a whole no trade clause, etc. from the Atlanta Hawks the day he's a free agent. We've seen this in the past with guys like Bradley Beal with the Washington Wizards a couple years ago. But could this be the last dance with Trey Young in Atlanta? So I thought about trading away Trey Young, and I could definitely do that. But there's a chance that I'm like, you know what? I want to make this a little bit more challenging. What if Trey Young just leaves for nothing next offseason? And I love the Hawks team next year. I don't think it's going to be a finals team in the Eastern Conference. I definitely like Orlando, Cleveland, and New York a little bit more, but I do think Atlanta is closer to those guys than the next tier below them in a way. But it really depends on Kristaps' health. Can Jalen Johnson keep progressing as a good number 2? Will Shai showcase that he could be a crunch time guy that could play in a playoff series? Same with Dyson Daniels. We've never seen these guys play super meaningful minutes in a playoff series. I know Daniels had a cup of coffee with the Pelicans there in round 1 in 2024. Trey Young obviously led a team to the conference finals in 2021, but we're going to say this is the last dance. And I really like this team. They just signed Eli here. I think they also signed, it wasn't N'Faly Dante, I might be tripping, but they drafted Asa Newell. You have Vic Krejci, who I think is a super underrated player. They go out, they get Nickeil Alexander-Walker, they get Luke Kennard. I feel like that is, like, they're just big offseason winners, 100%. But there can be some risks. Like, what if Kristaps gets hurt, which happens in the past? What if Okongwu can't anchor a defense? What if Jalen Johnson isn't a good floor spacer? Shai and Daniel struggle with their three-point shots, and Trey Young is still a liability defensively. Those can be a ton of external factors. Let's say he wants to test free agency here. Let's see what this last dance of Trey Young in Atlanta can look like. All right, so through the month of November, we're 9-11. Not really the record I would like to see. Currently in the Eastern Conference, we are the 11th seed. We do have a better point differential than every team around us, basically. So I feel like we will be better over time. Trey Young is averaging around 25 points. It's going to be really tough to replace. Like I said, it's going to be a last dance with him here. Jalen Johnson may come as the number 1. We don't really have a true point guard on the roster after this. Like, maybe it's Dyson Daniels, who's been abysmal this year. God damn. I don't think it's going to be Kobe Buffkin. Maybe it will be. All right, so we are here at the trade deadline. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I could have just traded away Trey Young to the Washington Wizards or the Utah Jazz and gotten like some really nice pieces that are going to make this easier. But I want to make this somewhat challenging, and I'm probably going to plan on getting nothing back for him in the offseason. That is maybe a realistic scenario. I can't see Trey Young in a different jersey. I feel like he's also one of those players where the team, like the Atlanta Hawks, will value him so much more than what opposing teams would offer for Trey Young. I don't think Dyson is going to be this bad next year, but there's a chance for some shooting regression. Nickeil Alexander-Walker probably showcasing he's not worth the full mid-level. Luke Kennard shooting 48% from 3. I mean, we have been better. I think I'm just going to let this team ride. I mean, I have no idea if I'm going to bring back Kristaps, but he's been really good this year. And Nikola Jokic takes home his 4th MVP award. Cooper Flagg wins Rookie of the Year. Khalil Ware is your 6th man of the year for the Miami Heat. Wemby Depoy, most improved, is the Mayas Keita. And Nikola Jokic is your clutch player of the year, with Chris Finch getting coach of the year. Double Lakers here on All-NBA first team, Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Paolo Banchero of the new look Orlando Magic, Zion Ja, Mobley, and Anthony Davis on All-NBA second team. Here's All-NBA third team with the Ant-Man Jalen Johnson, which is encouraging because I think the Hawks in real life can go as far as Jalen can take them as a number 2 now that he's healthy. He's progressing more, and hopefully we could see him at full strength next year. It is a serious shoulder injury that could impact his shot. You never know, but they were clearly committed to him. They gave him $150 million. He looked great to start off the year. He's a monster rebounder, monster athlete, can run the floor. If you could shoot 36% from 3, we are cooking. So here's all defensive first team, all defensive second team with Kristaps. I may have to give Kristaps the bag this offseason. I'm choosing Kristaps over Trey Young. What is this? Wait, what? What? We're the 1 seed? What just happened this year? Okay, 49-33 gets you the 1 seed. Oh, man. What is the Eastern Conference? Oh, it's such a joke this season. So Johnson does have a bruised right heel, but he can play through it. So we're going to be taking on the 8-seeded Philadelphia 76ers, who beat the Celtics and beat the Miami Heat. So they kind of ran the table there in the play-in tournament. Zachary Shai struggled this year with this 3-point shot, and I don't know if I could fully trust him as a defender yet. Okongwu averaged a double-double, but does he have a spot as, like, not a starter going forward? And Dyson Daniels is pretty bad, so do I want to start Dyson? but I don't really want to trust Luke. Like, I don't trust Luke Kennard and Trey Young defensively in a backcourt. I mean, I could just throw out the Kill Alexander Walker out there. So maybe no, I got to start Dyson. So let's go these guys. I think Reese Shea will come off the bench. Him and Okongwu are going to get, we'll go 20 to Okongwu, 23 to Reese Shea, 33 to KP, which is so risky. We're going to go 38 to Jalen Johnson. I like 30 of these guys. We'll go 37 to Trey Young. And then we're going to give Kobe Buffkin like 10 minutes a night. He actually was not terrible. Asa Newell is probably going to play next year. And I'll go 2 more there. Because I like Vic Krejci, but he struggled this year as well. And Nikola Jurisic is interesting. So what is pace and space? That is going to be 4 stars. We'll stick with that. Okay, this is like rematch in 2021's round 2, where the Hawks broke Trey Young. Kevin Huerter had a good series. John Collins was good. Jalen Johnson, this is going to be interesting. Like, can he be the number 1? I mean, Trey Young is probably going to be the best scorer in the series. We'll see. We lost game 2 by 16. Maxey had 34. We do win game 3, 141-106. Jalen Johnson, 29 points, 10 rebounds. Only played 32 minutes. 18 rebounds for KP. Something that he's not really great in 2K sometimes with rebounding. We lose by 1 point here in game 4. Jalen Johnson, 31 and 15. I like to see that. Game 5 goes to Atlanta, 127-112. 35 and 16 for Jalen Johnson. 24 for Luke Kennard. This guy's kind of been a bucket here. All right, here we go. Game number 6 goes to Atlanta, and we get a playoff series victory. 27, 15, and 6 for Jalen Johnson. 26 and 10 for Okongwu. 12 assists and 5 turnovers for Trey Young. So we are taking on the Pistons here in round number 2. Jalen Johnson showing that he could maybe be a number 1, but he also has one of the best passers in the game, Trey Young, getting him the basketball. I think Trey Young is in somewhat similar conversations to like Cade Cunningham. It's tough because like Trey has been so good for so long. I don't know who I like more. I like Cade more next year, just because he also has, I think, an added level of defense. But Trey Young is by far a better initiator and creator right now. So we lose the first 2. Okay. Game 3. We're down 3-0. Kristaps at 20. Trey Young, 4 of 13. Like, if this team is a 1 seed, I mean, we won 49 games. But if they get swept in round number 2, yeah, which just happened, maybe there would be some bad blood here with Trey Young, and he's already got like a under the radar max contract offer or under the table from the Utah Jazz or the Washington Wizards. And we have the Detroit Pistons and the OKC Thunder in the NBA Finals, and the Thunder win in 5. It's nice to see not like Dallas dominating year 1 and the Thunder trying to maintain a dynasty. So there goes LeBron, there goes Chris Paul, Brook Lopez, Kevin Love, some NBA legends. Steph Curry, you are not retiring yet. Same with you, Harden and DeRozan and Jimmy. I think you guys got at least 1 more year in you. Clay as well. So let's go here to the offseason. Chris Paul, LeBron, and Russ heading to the Hall of Fame. We are not going to change anything here with the league meetings. Draft and lottery, though, we will have that swap best. So I guess I didn't really think about that. I could get my point guard, like my next point guard, through the draft because we have that swap best with New Orleans and Milwaukee from the Derek Queen trade. Will we get some luck? We also have a swap with Atlanta, so we're not getting that pick at 13. Can I get number 1? Okay, unfortunately, I can't get number 1, but I do have the 5th overall pick. So we were a 1 seed. We lost in round 2, but I get number 5. So I'm not going to get like a Darren Peterson. That would have been sick to be my next guy at the point guard spot. We are in a swap with the Spurs, so they're going to get the 13th pick, and we are going to get the 25th pick. We're going to keep Quinn Snyder as our head coach. So if I went to the pre-draft workouts, I mean, I assumed Bansa, Peterson, and Boozer are all off the board. I could take Dyson's brother, Dash, but I kind of want to look at like Bennett Sturts, Mikael Brown, Darius Cuff, probably not Pettiford, maybe Elijah Arenas. I mean, I'll scout out Dash Daniels, Peterson, just because Harwell Burries as well. So let's go here to the NBA draft. Like I said, we are going to be losing Trey Young this offseason. And the number 1 pick, the Charlotte Hornets, are going to select Darren Peterson out of Kansas. He's my number 1 player in the 26th draft. Dash Daniels actually goes 3, so I assume Cameron Boozer is going to go 4. Well, they're actually trading 4 and Royce O'Neal for Damian Lillard. Okay, and they take Cameron Boozer ahead of us. So it's a 3-player draft. Wait, why did it just take Chris Act? Is like auto draft on in the scenario that I downloaded? Why? All right, Chris Act could be a Chicago Bull. Well, then this is the issue because it's just going to randomly take somebody. I have to go back to settings for this one. Can we do this trade, Chicago? I'll give you a 2nd rounder. Oh boy. All right. I wanted Mikael Brown Jr. That's who I was going to take. So let's see when he goes. And could we maybe do a Chris Act for Mikael Brown Jr. trade? He might not go till later on. He goes to Denver. So the Nuggets didn't even offer me anything. Oh man, this is why I got to check this before we started because it can now throw this added layer. So could I do Mikael Brown Jr. for Chris Act, please? Okay, we're good. And then we ended up taking Floyd Badunga here from Kansas. So we just got a big man. Shout out, yeah, the automation here. Yeah, like everything is on. That's just not what we want. All right, so team player options. Trey Young opts out. We're obviously picking up the option on Reese Mohamed Gay, yes. Kobe Buffkin at $6.9 million. With us getting Mikal Brown, I'm going to decline that on Kobe Buffkin. We may look for a veteran in free agency. Dyson Daniels is going to get a nice qualifying offer for us. From us. So yeah, Fox, well, he signed that max deal. Trey Young does have 2 offers. He's got a 3-year, $120 million offer on the table from the Bulls. Yeah, he's gone. Kristaps, I'm not giving you $50 million. I'm not giving KP that much, but he doesn't have any real deals right now, so I can wait on him. We are going to renounce the rights on Trey Young, which hurts me, man. It really does. But we are going to go into this possible reality here for the Atlanta Hawks. All right, so did Trey Young get a deal? Yes, he did agree to that deal with the Chicago Bulls, which is crazy. KP, like, you're not getting $40 million. I would do maybe a 3-year deal worth like $90 million, but that's still a lot. All right, so I'm going to give KP 3 years, $114. I accidentally renounced his rights. I hate that it automatically does that. So hopefully I'm able to sign him. Thank you. So welcome back here. Dyson, let's not renounce the rights on him, please. So he actually got 4 years, 93 from the Wizards. I actually kind of like that deal. So let's give him a 5-year deal. Like, would he take mine worth $100 million? I don't know. And then is Luke Kennard still here? Because I would like to bring back Luke Kennard on a 1-year deal as well, worth 6.77. So Daniels takes the Wizards deal, 4 years, 93. We are going to match that and bring back both these guys. Just kidding. I cannot afford Luke Kennard. So we're going into next year's season with still like no true point guard here. I thought about making a trade because right now we have Mikal Brown Jr. as our starting point guard, which is so risky. And Trey Young is playing with the Chicago Bulls, which hurts. So I'm a big fan of Mohamed Gay, but we are going to trade him and Vic Krejci to New Orleans for Jose Alvarado, who was bad last year, is on the last year of his deal, but I feel like a good veteran point guard to have with us starting a rookie in Mikal Brown Jr. All right, so yeah, now we're in life without Trey Young. Can Jalen Johnson step up as a number 1? We could also dangle like a Kungwu for a point guard at one point as well. Like, we have the number 1 pick, Reese. Can Reese and Jalen Johnson be the duo that can carry us at the promised end? We'll see. We're going to start Alvarado at the 1. We had to sign Royce O'Neal, Matisse Thybulle, Dennis Smith Jr., some of those guys. But I want Mikal Brown Jr. and I want Nikola Jurisic to play a little bit. So let's go 16 to Mikal Brown Jr. out of the gate. We're 3.5 star pace and space. We'll keep an eye on the Bulls, who I guess moved on from Josh Giddey. Yeah, we're gonna let Jalen Johnson kind of cook here. Hopefully Reese Shea can cook as well. Like Alvarado, I would like for you to just shoot the ball a little bit more. You don't have to be crazy with it. So let's see how the season starts. We have 2 home games. I could trade Kristaps and Alvarado for Zubats and Collins. Gonna say no to that. We lose to the Hornets, but we beat the Utah Jazz. Alvarado had 24 in this game. Daniels, 5 steals, 8 assists. Ace Bailey had 22. We also the Hornets by 3. Reese Shea had 33 in this one, and Ace Newell had 16. So the next 4, we are going to go 1-3. Ugh, the offense came down to earth a little bit there. And then we're going to go 0-4, so we're 2-8. And I also should know that we don't own our first round pick in 2027 from the DeJounte Murray trade. Reese Shea's struggling. Daniels is struggling to start off the year. All right, so we're at the deadline with a 28-23 record. The Chicago Bulls are 23-27 with Trey Young. Yeah, I don't think they have Josh Giddey. They did draft Nate Ament. So our leading scorer is Jalen Johnson, who hasn't been as good this year as a number 1. Like, the true shooting is down a little bit. He's averaging 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4.7 assists. Reese Shea is giving me about 17 points, 4 rebounds. KP about 16 and 8, 1.2 assists, 51, 44, 88 splits. Dyson, better this year off that contract extension. Still not good, but close to where he was in 2025. Ace Newell has been kind of a nice athlete around the rim, which gives us some flexibility if he's legit as a backup big, because then do I really need a Kungwu and Kristaps? So Alvarado's been solid for us. Mikal Brown Jr. has shown flashes in his rookie year. But if we think this team with Naw playing well can go far, I'm thinking about moving Onyeka Okongwu here at the deadline. I mean, trading for Damian Lillard would kind of be hilarious. Like a Okongwu for Lillard. I'm intrigued about that. I don't even know if that can get me there. Oh man, it could. So he would opt out, but I feel like I would lose him for nothing. The Suns are 27-23. I mean, it's probably better for their future. And you also have Jalen Green coming off the bench. I mean, they don't really need another center, though. But Dame is like one of the best guys there. So I don't think I'm going to do it right now. I just don't think there's like somebody good enough on the table. And I don't want to throw in any of my like not appealing draft capital. I have to give out a first round pick. Like, that's why I don't mind about buying just in case an injury happens. Like, Jurisic has been okay this year, but I'm not, like, I got these 3 veterans of Thybulle, O'Neal, and Dennis Smith Jr., who aren't bad by any means. So I think we're going to just let the season play out. I don't have any massive free agents outside of like Jose Alvarado at the end of the year. I think in the weak Eastern Conference, we could still be a top 5 seed. So I'm not giving San Antonio a great pick. And then we can maybe flip a Kungwu and somebody for a point guard this offseason if we don't think Mikael Brown Jr. can be like that guy for us. Unfortunately, we do lose Kristaps to an injury, which is always prevalent in this game. He pulled his left calf muscle, so he's out 6 to 8 weeks. Not good timing with that happening here at the end of March, but you never know with 2K. He could be back in round number 1. We are going to finish the season with a 47-35 record. Wemby wins MVP. Cameron Boozer, one of the picks ahead of us when we took Mikael Brown. I think the pick ahead of us wins Rookie of the Year. Tower Hero 6-man. Wemby Depoy. Bronny James most improved. Am I really about to trade for like Bronny in the offseason? Because he's kind of nice. Like that is kind of a guy I need at my point guard position. And you have Luka going forward. I mean, I could try to get like Austin Reeves for a Kungwu, which could make sense. Jalen Johnson, All-NBA second team. And All-NBA third team, you do have Trey Young, who put up 20 points and 9 assists there in Chicago. LaMelo Ball got hurt, unfortunately. And then you have Şengün and Thompson, All-NBA third team as well. Here's all-defensive first team, all-defensive second team with Robert Williams. And we do get Mikael Brown Jr., who has a sore right ankle on all-rookie second team. Probably better than what Kobe Buffkin would have given us this year. The Raptors are the 1 seed with Boogie Fland as their starting point guard. Is Ingram coming off the bench or did they trade him? Don't see Brandon Ingram. So I guess they traded. Oh, no, he is hurt, unfortunately. So we're taking on Brooklyn in round 1 with Yegor, with Cam Thomas, Michael Porter Jr., everybody's favorite player this offseason, right? Walker Kessler got traded. So you have Kessler, Claxton, Quentin Grimes, Nolan Traore there. I think we could win, but 2K does like the Brooklyn Nets a ton. Kristaps, about 1 to 2 weeks, but he could play through the injury, which we're gonna roll him out there. Dyson Daniels, man. Oh, you're killing me. You're turning into Andre Roberson, Dyson. All right, so round number 1, they want to start Mikael Brown. I'm going to play Mikael Brown 24 minutes a night, and I'm going to play Alvarado like 20 minutes a night. We're not going to play Royce O'Neal. I'm going to get Kristaps in there. Like, you got to play through with KP. I don't think I'm going to play Jurosic, so right now it's going to be a 9-man rotation. It's going to be like 20 minutes to a Kungwu, 25 to Nah. We'll do like 16, 15 to Newell coming off the bench. We don't need that many bigs. We're going to go 30 to KP. I'm going to go 38 to Jalen, 33 to Risache. We're doing 25 to Daniels because I can't trust the offensive shot whatsoever. And the rest, I'm going to go to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who actually has been a pretty good shooter this year. 3.5 star pace and space. We're going to lose game 1, 108-83. Damn, we could not score, and Trey Young is watching that happen. He's watching Nah go 1 for 8, Alvarado go 1 for 8. They're the 6th seed in the East. So we do lose game 2, 124-109. Jalen Johnson had 26. Daniels had 18, 7, and 5. Risache, come on, man. I need that leap from you. We do lose game number 3 as well. So last year we got swept in round number 2. This year we're on pace to get swept in round number 1. So we do win 109-106. 6 of 24 from Mikael Brown and Kristaps. Not good. And we're going to lose in 5. We lose 107-103. Risache with 32 points. Mikael with 13. Johnson with 13. Okongwu with 12 and 10. Not good whatsoever. 20 and 10 for Johnson in those 5 games. Risache with 18. Kristaps shot 35 from the field. Daniels 30% from the field. Newell 38. Alvarado 37. At least we're going to have a little bit more flexibility, I think, this offseason post Trey Young. You have the Nets and the Mavericks. Yeah. Last year was the Pistons and the Thunder. That could happen. What are we doing here? So Cooper Flagg ends up getting finals MVP. Mike Conley, James Harden, Drew Holiday, Curry. A lot of good guards retiring, or at least maybe not good anymore. Beal, Middleton, Draymond. Damn. So notable retirements. Harden and Curry heads to the Hall of Fame. Harden, Draymond, and Curry all go or get their jerseys retired as well. So we are not going to be giving the Spurs a good pick. We get the swap worse between, I believe, New Orleans and Milwaukee. So New Orleans is there at 10. We're there at 8. So we're almost guaranteed a top 10 at the worst, a top 11 pick in the draft. And it does drop to 11. The Pelicans move up to 3. I'll take that. So you end up with Dyson Daniels and this pick. And you got that Lakers pick that you turned into KP. So you essentially got Kristaps Porzingis, the 11th pick, and Dyson Daniels for DeJounte Murray. Pretty good trade from the Atlanta Hawks. We do have to give San Antonio the 21st pick, and Boston does have number 1. So I I am a fan of Quinn Snyder as a head coach. I just don't know if he is the guy for this team. But I'm going to offer him a deal to come back, and I'm probably going to give him that deal, or at least sign him there. So we are going to have auto-generated draft class, and Glenn Butler, 18 years old from Wake Forest. Yeah, this guy looks pretty good. Could I trade Dyson Daniels for number 1? I'm not going to do that. So we'll look at Bradley Owen, 6'4" from Stanford. I mean, that would be a cool pickup for sure. We're going to look at, not Billy Price, Ulf Wahlgren. We're going to look at here from Sweden. We're going to look at Brandon Tatum here. from South Illinois, Southern Illinois, and we are here at the NBA draft, and I could definitely trade number 11 as well. We have Floyd Badunga. I think I am going to move a Kungwu. I mean, let's see what a Kungwu in some seconds can get me. If it's nothing special, then I will dangle 11. I don't know if Nick Smith is the guy to be our point guard. I've gotten the Lou Dort offer before. I just don't know about Lou Dort. Murphy's great, but like, he was bad last year. He was really bad, and that's a hefty contract. Kessler's fun and all, but I need a point guard. A Cuff is too young. I mean, I could wait till after the draft to do this deal if I was going to look at a specific point guard or somebody that could play the 2 if I really can't trust Daniels. Like Dame makes sense, but he's probably going to opt out and get like 30 million a year. Sharp is in LA too. So Reeves is in San Antonio. I thought about that. Bronny, yeah, like we'll wait, I think, till after team player options if I was going to try to get one of those guys. Kobe White intrigues me as well as a potential point guard fit for this team. Stephon Castle, could I maybe get him? Mikal Bridges, who is on the Lakers? The Lakers, what is this roster? Luka, Sharp, Brooks, Vandy. They have Mitchell Robinson, Bronny James, Mikal Bridges. Who did they trade to the Knicks for Mitchell Robinson? And wow, Aiden got them Mitchell Robinson and Mikal Bridges. Okay, and Schroeder. Whatever. So Glenn Butler does go to the Boston Celtics, so he's going to be within the Eastern Conference. He looks very good. So I think I am going to take Ulf Wahlgren, who does look like a little bit of a project out of Sweden, maybe similar to Zachary Risacher out of France. I wasn't really drafting somebody to be in the rotation next year because Tatum went a couple picks earlier, the guy I was looking at, and Bradley Owens ended up going number 3. D. Jenkins looks pretty good, who was 1 pick after, and I ended up taking Martin Cook here in the second round, a 22-year-old 6'7" small forward from Arizona, and Earl Paxson, a 6'5" shooting guard from Oklahoma State. We're going to pick up the team options on Risacher, Asa Newell, and Nikola Jurisic. I do want to see if there's some interesting names on the trade finder for a Kungwu. Alvarado, I'm not going to give you that. So yeah, Dame is asking for $50 million this offseason, which is insane. I do have a mid-level exception, KJ Simpson. I don't know. Lonzo Ball would be fun, run and gun, but I don't know. Fred VanVleet would probably make the most sense, like a good veteran point guard, but he just struggles to shoot over 40% from the field. All right, could I move Onyeka Okongwu to the Milwaukee Bucks for Ryan Rollins? Yeah, a little bit of a deep cut here. Good from 3 last year. I feel like could be a good point guard. And could I get Tower Smith as well, who showed some flashes last year for Okongwu? They're going to say no. I'll give you a second rounder. I'll give you, I don't want to give Floyd Badunga, but honestly, I may give you Martin Cook, who I just took in the second round. You would want a first, and I take on CJ McCollum, who I'm not against CJ McCollum's expiring deal at 35 years old, but I got to give you a 2020. That's a lot for me. All right, so would the Clippers give me a 2031 first and Peyton Pritchard for Onyeka Okongwu? They're going to say no. What about if I give you Martin Cook as well? They say no, and I give you a second. All right, what about if we just did... I know you have Zubats. They just have like nobody on their roster. What about a Okongwu for Pritchard? Like I'm intrigued about Pritchard here with Daniels in the backcourt. And I'll give you Martin Cook in this deal. Okay, so welcome to the team, Peyton Pritchard, who has 1 year left on the deal. So it is incredibly risky, but I do feel like Dyson Daniels will help him out a ton in the backcourt too with the defense. So Giannis is an unrestricted free agent. I'm going to bring back Alvarado on a 2-year deal with a team option to be my 3rd string point guard. I'm also going to use part of my mid-level exception to go out and get Dante DiVincenzo as well to be a nice combo guard for us off the bench. So Kristaps Porzingis is a 90 overall at 32 years old. Jalen Johnson's up to an 88. Risacher up to an 87. Daniels goes up. Asa Newell goes up. DiVincenzo, Mikal Brown, Pritchard. It's a good team. Jurisic up to a 79 overall. Okay. And Risacher wants $30 million a year on the extension. I don't know about that one, Jim. We'll see if we're going to get there. So we're going into the 2028 season, the second year without Trey Young. We have Peyton Pritchard and Mikal Brown Jr. in the back, or like as our point guards. I'm going to go 20 to Mikal Brown Jr. I'm going to go about 28 to Pritchard as the starter. Jurisic is going to get like 13 minutes a night. We're going to go 17 to Mikal Brown Jr. We're going to go about 17 to Asa Newell. I think I'm going to roll out DiVincenzo and Nah as like somewhat of the 6th mans. So yeah, both former Minnesota Timberwolves. None of these 4 are going to crack the rotation right now. Dyson can get 28. Risacher 32. Let's go 36 to Johnson, 30 to KP, and we can go about 27 to Peyton Pritchard. Injuries are on, so somebody could suffer an injury this year. We do go 1 and 2 to start off the year. Jalen Johnson off to a good start. Risacher scoring a lot, just 39% from the field. Not too good. Let's see how the second week goes. We're on the road against Trey Young here, and we do lose by 6. Trae had 28 and 6. Risacher had 24 points in this game. So we start off the season 4 and 3. We have a bruised tailbone to Jalen Johnson, but he can play through it. Risacher has been better as of late. And unfortunately, we just lost Kristaps Porzingis, who was having a good start to the 2028 season. And how serious is the injury? It's a next strain. It's only 1 to 2 weeks. All right, we are 32-19 at the trade deadline. We have a 5-point differential right now. So if we look at ourselves compared to the rest of the NBA, offensive rating, we are currently 8th, which is pretty good. I will take that. Being top 10 in offensive rating is where you want to be. Defensive rating, though, we are not, or we are number 10. So we are one of the few teams top 10 in both of those, which gives us about the 9th best net rating in total. So we're not there as a top team to go all the way potentially, but we have been relatively healthy this year. Jalen Johnson has been a stud for us yet again at 26 years old, and I feel like what he's providing us, $30 million flat, is great. Reese breaking out in year number 4, still just 22 years old. KP's been good, but you always have the what if on his health. Dyson maybe robbed us, man. Oh my God. I gotta tell him to stop taking threes. Jurisic has been impressive this year as a 22-year-old. Peyton Pritchard, 35 from 3, 5.5 assists, 9.5 points. DiVincenzo, 44 from 3. Newell shooting 35 from 3. Mikael Brown's been good. Like, we have depth, which I like on the squad. All right, so Cooper Flag just won MVP. Glenn Butler, to no surprise, Rookie of the Year. This guy is basically like Cooper Flag. Conroy Boyle, 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy. Nate Ament, Most Improved. Cade Cunningham, Clutch Player of the Clutch Player of the Year. Kid, Coach of the Year. So you have Cooper Flag, Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Jalen Johnson, All-NBA first team. How about that? 21.8 points, a career high in rebounds with 12 a night, ties the career high in assists with 5 a night, 1.3 steals, 1.1 blocks, a career high, only 1.9 turnovers, and a 57.8% true shooting. So he ended up making All-NBA first team. No Trey Young here. Giannis is in Golden State. Bronny James, okay, 93 overall. All-NBA third team. Yeah, I should have traded for Taylor Hendricks. All-NBA. What? All right. I've never seen that before, so that is pretty cool. And we're almost at 2K26. Giannis, Donovan Clingan, Jalen Johnson, Cooper Flag, and Cameron Boozer. All defensive second team. No surprise. Glenn Butler took home some nice hardware. We are the 3 seed. This is cool for the ratings, man. Going up against Trey Young and the Chicago Bulls in round number 1. They have Ryan Kalkbrenner manning the 5 for them going forward. Reese and Johnson combined for about 42 points a night. We're full strength here for the playoffs. Let's do this. So it's going to be Pritchard. Oh, man. Dyson is so inefficient. I think I'm actually going to start Naw at the 2. Yeah, over Dyson. I just can't trust Dyson right now. So Dyson's going to get like 18 minutes a night with Dante. Dante may go 22. At least he's efficient. Asa Newell is going to be the backup big. I'm going to go 40 to Jalen Johnson. I'm going to go about 38 to Reese. Jurisic was actually pretty good. I don't think I'm going to play Mikael Brown Jr. in the playoffs. Or maybe I'm going to give him like 10 minutes, Jurisic 10 minutes a night. And then I got about, so we'll go with 10-man rotation. Let's go like 27 to Naw. And we can go 30 to Peyton Pritchard. Game number 1 against Chicago, we do end up winning 125-103. Jalen Johnson, 30 points, showing that he is the number 1 here in Atlanta. Game number 2, we do win this one as well, 127-105. Jalen Johnson with 42, Reese with 23. We're going to win game 3, 124-115. Reese with 19, Johnson with 19. They do win game 4. Trey Young, he had 17 assists here. He's been solid in the playoffs as a 29-year-old. They do win game number 5. Okay, 43 for Jalen Johnson, but it was not enough. I'm nervous here. Trey Young at 23 and 14. And just like that, we have blown a 3-0 lead. Oh, man. Jalen Johnson has been incredible, but here we are. Game 7 of round number 1. We have a chance to blow this series against the Chicago Bulls. Oh, my God. We were up 3-0 and we're down by 10 in the third quarter. Wow. That is embarrassing. That is flat out embarrassing. Trey Young gets the last laugh. He had only 2 assists here. And yeah, we ended up just blowing a 3-0 lead to Chicago. I love when that happens. 37% from the field for Peyton Pritchard. 36% from the field for Nikola Jurisic. Not what we wanted, man. That was such a good series from like Reese, Kristaps, and definitely Jalen Johnson, man. That is brutal. Chicago was going to lose the conference finals to the Detroit Pistons. Pistons and Mavericks. 2 teams that have made it to the final so far meet here in 28. And the Mavericks go back-to-back. So, oh, man, that is embarrassing against Trey Young, who we were like, we're better without you. Damian Lillard went to Indiana, and then he ends up retiring. KD retires. Clay retires. So many notable names end up retiring there. Rick Carlisle, Jamal Mosley, Lloyd Pierce, Ime Udoka all retiring. KD, Dame, Kawhi, and Paul George to the Hall of Fame. All right, so the draft lottery, the Blazers get the 3rd overall pick from Milwaukee from the Dame trade and 6 from the Bane trade, which I think that is crazy. Or from the Grizzlies trade up there. The Bucks are getting 7 since it was a swap. We are going to own the 28th pick here in the draft, so it's going to be hard to take somebody of note now. Schneider, I've been keeping you around, man, but this is not good for your tenure. We're in the last year of this 3-year extension that I gave to Kristaps a couple years ago. We could think about moving Dyson, who's still one of the best defenders in the sport, but I don't know if I really want to do that right now. So we're on the clock here at 28. Can he, why does he have to be 5'11"? Like, always the point guards are so short for NBA point guards. I mean, I wish I was 5'11", so I don't think I'm going to take a point guard. So I'm actually going to take a point guard. I lied. I'm going to go with Morris Braddock here, who is a 6'4" point guard out of England. He wears a headband and double shooting sleeves. I will take that. The number 1 pick is Karen Braun to the Utah Jazz. Going to eat into Taylor Hendricks minutes. All NBA Taylor Hendricks to you. Matthew Harden goes number there, or 5 there to Philly. We're going to pick up the team options on Newell, Brown, Badunga, not Earl Paxson, no. So let's go here to free agency. Reese Hachey is about to get a bag from me. Kristaps is eligible for an extension a year from now. I'm going to bring back Pritchard on a 3-year deal, but I think I may go with Mikael Brown as the starter, Pritchard as the backup next year. I'm going to throw a team option on the last year. Jurisic, I'm going to bring back as well, 3 years, around $10 million. Team option on the last year. And I can hold off on Reese Hachey until he gets like a notable contract, which I guess is going to be any day. 2 years, $58 million from the Hornets isn't anything of note. So I offered him 5 years, $148, and he's going to accept that offer. So next year we have KP, Johnson, like Newell kind of as a backup who's entering the last year of his rookie contract. We have Reese Hachey, Naw, Daniels, who I could potentially move throughout the season, DiVincenzo and Jurisic, and then we have Mikael Brown Jr., Pritchard, and Braddock there. I have a little bit of money to spend. Like, I could get a Johnny Furphy, and Andrew Nembhard as my point guard is intriguing. But I'm going to hold off and save that money for now. I might just try to sign like a 3rd string center though. I'll sign Brandon Clark on the minimum. Let's do that. So player progression, KP is still our highest overall. Reese Hachey is there at 89. Jalen Johnson, 87. I wonder if I move him to small forward, how much his overall would go up. And then what does the Kristaps extension look like? $30 million still. We're going to hold off on that. I'm not giving Newell $30 million either. That feels like way too much money to hand out to Ace and Newell. So let's look at this team. It's going to be Brown, Daniels, Reese Hachey, Johnson, Porzingis, Newell, DiVincenzo, Jurisic, Pritchard, Naw coming off the bench. All right, so we start off the season against the Knicks, the Mavericks, and the Hornets. We go 2-1 to start off the year, and then we are going to start the season 3-3. Could be better, could be worse. And we're here 22-16. We are the 2 seed in the Eastern Conference, which is just so wide open. Like, we're lucky we're not in that conference with the Mavericks and the Spurs. We did lose Ace and Newell for 1 to 2 weeks, but that's fine. All right, I don't know if the Kings are going to accept this trade, but I want to give them Nickeil Alexander-Walker's $17 million expiring and Dyson Daniels for Quentin Grimes, who's got 2 years, $27 million remaining, good contract. Jarris Walker, 2 years, $28 million, a good contract. And KJ Simpson, who is not shooting the ball well whatsoever. Will I at least get a counter? No. I will include my first rounder this year, unprotected. They're going to counter this. They want 3 first rounders from me. That's a lot. Could I give you Floyd Badunga instead in this deal? Just counter it with once. I'll do that in 2 seconds. Can we get it done? I'll do another first. That's fine. I feel like this is a good trade for us. It really helps out the depth going forward. And they would want 3 first-round picks. I get Obi Toppin. Like, I love getting Jarris Walker and Quentin Grimes, but just moving 3 first-round picks for, like, a non-star level name does hurt. But if I lose Ace and Newell, like, Walker for $14 million is great. I don't know if I could talk myself into this one. Like, what about if I did Dyson Daniels and a first-round pick for Walker and Grimes? They would want Jurisic for Bufkin, and I'd have to do 2 first-round picks, so I'd have to bring him back. I don't mind trading away Nikola Jurisic, who does have some value. What about if we did Jurisic, Daniels for Walker and Grimes? Let's just keep it simple. Stop throwing in 2 first-round picks. What about if I give you 2 second-rounders in that? And I'll give you my first-rounder this year. So 1 first, 2 seconds, Jurisic and Daniels for Grimes and Walker. They say yes to that. Okay, I'm okay with that. Mikael Brown Jr. has been better this year, and he's averaging 7 assists a night. We're going to now throw, like, Quentin Grimes at the 2. We're going to have Jarris Walker come off the bench, which now is, like, okay if we lose Ace and Newell at the end of the year. And then my last trade would be to try to trade away Kristaps Porzingis and Nickeil Alexander-Walker for Anthony Davis, and not Cooper Flagg, and like Cam Spencer. No, I don't think we're going to get that. All right, I just like have Nickeil Alexander-Walker's $17 million like contract. And you know what? I'm going to trade away him and 2 future first-round picks for Asar Thompson. Let's do that. Asar also can't hit a shot to save his life, but that gives us another elite point of attack defender after losing Dyson Daniels. This is a really good team. So we're at the deadline fully now, and we're 33-18. We have the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. What are we in our last 10? We're 9-1 in the last 10. So after the deadline, the deals have been looking nice so far. And like if DiVincenzo gets hurt, we have Asar Thompson. If Asa Newell gets hurt, we have Jarris Walker. We have incredible depth on this team, which is going to be huge because we have uncertainty in the offseason with KP potentially leaving, with Asa Newell potentially leaving. And I just lost Zachary Sachet. That's not a player I would like to lose. How bad's the injury? Left foot stress fracture, 4 to 6 weeks. And we are in March. And Cooper Flagg ends up winning MVP. Grant Nelson is your rookie of the year for the Detroit Pistons at 27 years old. AJ DeBanza, 6 man of the year in OKC. Kid, Maxey, all those guys. Bronny James, All-NBA first team for the Indiana Pacers. All right, we're at that point of this game. Maybe I should have traded a Kungwu for him a couple years ago. No. You have Flagg, Bronny, Luka, Jokic, Cameron Boozer. Here's All-NBA second team and third team with Rob Dillingham and Anthony Edwards, both in Minnesota. All defensive first team with Wemby, Flagg, Amen, Holmgren, and Mobley. All defensive second team with Dyson Daniels, of course, in Sacramento now. So here we are as the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, taking on the Miami Heat in round number 1. We finished with a 9.8 point differential and on a 10-game winning streak. The only 60-win, the only 50-win team in the Eastern Conference. Us and the Dallas Mavericks were the only 60-win teams in the NBA. They did have a point differential, roughly 4 points better than us, so I am scared of them. DiVincenzo was not great this year, so I don't even know if he's going to crack the playoff rotation, but we did get Reese Shea back. So it's going to be Brown, Grimes, Reese Shea, Johnson, not Newell, Porzingis with Asa Newell and Jarris Walker coming off the bench. Asar Thompson as the 6th man. And then I don't think I'm going to play DiVincenzo just because he was bad in the regular season. So let's go like 18 to Pritchard. And like we have Brandon Clark if there's a big man injury. We're going to go 30 to Brown. I'm cool with like 28 to Grimes. Let's go with 33 to Reese Shea. Just kidding. 36 to Reese Shea. 40 to Jalen Johnson. 32 to KP. 4-star pace and space. We're taking on Kareem Lopez, Jaime Jaquez. That's pretty cool. 2 Mexican wings over there. And then you got Kasper Shakuchonis, Jovic, Bam, Kalel Ware, and 2 words, Naz Reid. So they have some big man depth. Technically a division rival. Not a good start for Mikal Brown and Jalen Johnson, but we win game 1. We're going to lose game 2, though. 126-119. I will say if we lose in round number 1, my scapegoat will clearly be Quinn Snyder. And we are going to lose Quentin Grimes for how long? 2 to 4 weeks. So, like Dante DiVincenzo will now get deployed, but I'm going to start Asar Thompson. We're going to go like 18 to DiVincenzo, and we'll do like 30 to Thompson, who also cannot shoot the ball, but I mean, it's basically just Dyson Daniels out there for us. We do win game 3. We held them to 15 points in the 4th quarter, 22 for KP. Game 4 goes to Miami. Damn, and the fact that it's taken us this much to beat them. Oh my God, we're down 3 to 2. Jalen Johnson had 34, Reese Shea had 23. Game 6. Oh my God, we lost in round number 1 by 1 there. Okay, 27-10 for Mikal Brown, 22-17 for Johnson. Yep, let's advance here to the offseason. Paolo Banchero and Dylan Harper are your conference finals MVP winners, and the Spurs win in 7. Wemby is your finals MVP winner. That is embarrassing. Tobias and DeRozan retired. Jimmy retires. Oh man, that sucked. Sucks so much. Jordan Out retires. Greg Popovich retires. I just like 1 seed 60 wins, and we lose to the 8 seed of Miami. They may have not even had a record above 500. And I traded so much draft capital this year. We do have to give Sacramento our pick at 28. Just to be a round 1 exit. That's embarrassing. The Heat won 43 games. We won 17 more than them, and they beat us by 6. I'm gonna fire Quinn Snyder. Like, he is gone. And there's not many real coaches out here, so I'm really hoping I get one of the 2 that I offered. It's Nick Nurse and it's Mike Brown. Watch me not get either one of them. Okay, I get Mike Brown. Welcome to the Atlanta Hawks. So we didn't have any draft picks. The number 1 overall pick was Robin Washington Jr. We're going to pick up the team options on all these guys, which could eventually be trade assets. Asa Newell is going to get the qualifying offer. Does Kristaps have any offers on the 4-year 135 from Golden State? I don't want to pay that. I really don't. That's so much money. Oh boy, that's a lot of money. Like, I'll give you a 3-year deal at 35 a year starting. I mean, okay, he takes that, which is big for us. And I'm doing this blockbuster trade. I'm sending Kristaps Porzingis to Indiana with Floyd Badunga and Dante DiVincenzo for Tomislav Ivisic, who's an Illinois center right now, who's not been good in the NBA, at least shooting the ball. But I'm getting Tyrese Halliburton, who's going to run the show for us. We got to make some corresponding moves to get a center, which is going to be us calling up the Dallas Mavericks to get Derek Lively and and Andrew Nemhard, Halliburton's old teammate, for Ivisic, Ulf Wahlgren, and Peyton Pritchard. There we go. I'm also going to sign Charles Bassey, hopefully on a 2-year deal. And we will be bringing back Asa Newell on a 5-year extension. I hope the owners are willing to pay the luxury tax for this team, because it is quite expensive. With Halliburton and Mikal Brown Jr., we have Grimes and Nemhard. Reese Thompson and Walker, Newell and Johnson, Lively and Bassey. Come on, man. This team should smoke competition in the East next year. All right, so it's going to be Halliburton, Grimes, Reese Johnson, Lively, with Mikal Brown Jr., Asa Newell, Jarris Walker, like getting a ton of minutes off the bench, Asar Thompson. I had traded DiVincenzo on all this, and Nembhard. So that's a great 10-man rotation. Let's go 34 to Halliburton, 28 to Grimes, 34 to Reese 33 to Reese 34 to Jalen Johnson. Mike Brown is the coach. Please win 60 games again. All right, so I'm here in the month of March, and we have a 53-8 record. I have a 17.3 point differential. The Mavericks and the Spurs are really good as well. I don't know. We've had so many first and second round exits. Yeah, we definitely struggled post Trey Young. Maybe Trey Young really did get the last laugh. It's 2030 now. And Wemby wins the 2030 MVP. Charlie Pickett, Rookie of the Year. Trey Townsend is your 6th Man of the Year. Wemby Depoy, Chris Sinak, Most Improved. Bronny Clutch Player of the Year. And Mike Brown is your Coach of the Year for the Atlanta Hawks. Do we get anybody on the All-NBA teams? We do get Tyrese Halliburton. There we go. So we are the 1 seed. Take it on Milwaukee, who's probably going to beat me in round number 1 with Jaden Hardy, Zach LaVine, Elijah Arenas. Holy athleticism from some of these guys. They've given up some good picks along the way. Quentin Grimes missed a decent chunk of time this year. Did shoot well from 3. Struggled within the 3-point line. We could run a Mikal Brown Jr. Halliburton backcourt is what they want to do. Mikal 6'3". All right, we'll do something like this. I'll go 20-25 to Mikal Brown Jr. as a starting shooting guard. They want to start Bassey over Lively. What are we doing there? We're not doing that. I want Lively to be the starting center. He'll get 28 minutes a night. I want Johnson starting there, getting 38 minutes a night. Reese getting 35, Asar getting 20, Walker getting 20, Grimes getting 11, and then where's Asa Newell is going to get 20 as well, and then we'll go a little bit more to Grimes. So no Nembhard for the playoffs, 4-star perimeter centric. Just don't lose round number 1. Thank you. We sweep them. That's what I'm talking about. And this would be poetic. 14 assists, 25 for Halliburton. He's got a sore knee. It would be poetic to get to the conference finals. Oh, Trey Young's not in Atlanta, or is he hurt? He's not in Atlanta anymore. All right, or in Chicago. We're up 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. All right, we're in the conference finals. Let's go. In round number 2, our leading scorer was Zachary Reese. Now I'm curious, where did Trey Young end up? Now that he's no longer in Chicago, he's signed a minimum to be behind De'Aaron Fox in San Antonio. So yeah, the Celtics have Cam Whitmore, Glenn Butler. Oh my God, he's so good. And they got Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Goga Badatse. We do win game 1 by a lot, which is good. Game number 2, we win. Game number 3, we win. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. Bang, we are in the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton is your conference finals MVP. 24 points, 10 assists, 3 stocks a night for Tyrese. And the Thunder are an 8 seed in the NBA Finals. All right, yeah, maybe Jalen Johnson can't be a number 1. So the Thunder have Shea, Harwell, Debanza, Holmgren, Claxton, J-Dub, who I almost traded for last offseason, averaging a whopping 9.9 points in the playoffs. We win by 17 in game 1. Mikal Brown Jr. had 16 assists. Game 2, we have an injury. It's to Asar Thompson, unfortunately. So Asar Thompson out, Andrew Nembhard in. Game 2 goes to the Hawks. So Halliburton and Nembhard, yeah, they got their experience against OKC. Oh, let's go. Let's sweep them. Bang. The Atlanta Hawks win the 2030 NBA Finals. And I called out Jalen Johnson. He proves me wrong right here. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 2 steals, 62, 45, 78 splits. And the Atlanta Hawks have won the 2030 Finals after letting Trey Young walk 5 years ago. So that is gonna be for me. I hope you guys did enjoy that video. If you did, I would appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. Yeah, Hawks fans or NBA fans, let me know down below what you guys think could happen with this Trey Young situation. Do you think we're just gonna be on a path where he ends up getting a max contract next offseason? Do you think it happens this offseason? Or do you think we could see life with no Trey Young in Atlanta maybe as early as next year? Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.